Today I'm talking about roofing SEO. And the two things that come to mind, one is the marketing tactics that you're going to use on the website, and the other is your industry knowledge that you bring to those tactics. If you're just joining me for the first time, my name is Steven, and I have a marketing company that I created after 15 years of being a roofer. I worked every position in a roofing company, was very successful in the marketing department, and decided to start my own company to help roofers get more leads from their website. So the two things that I think about is the marketing tactics and your industry knowledge. Now, most agencies are going to specialize in one thing or another when it comes to the big picture of marketing. And when it comes to SEO, you will find that some companies will even specialize in SEO, in specific aspects of SEO, because they may have found one tactic that works really well for them, and so they kind of repeat that over and over. There's other companies out there who, of course, are not doing a good job with their SEO at all, and I think we've all probably experienced that. I know I have, where I've hired agencies to do SEO, and it just completely crashed on me. So when you're interviewing an agency to find out how good they are in their SEO, one of the things you want to ask them is try to dig down and get to what their secret sauce is. Like, what's the thing that makes them different? And I'll even ask people that, or I did back when I was interviewing agencies for my roofing companies. I would say, what exactly makes you different from the other SEO guy? And I'd hear them explain, and some people would talk about how they specialize in backlinks, or they specialize in getting more attention from one source versus the other, and so on. But that's all, when it all comes down to it, that's like tactics that you would use in the technical side of your marketing and your SEO. But the one thing that I really want to point out is the industry knowledge. So you as a roofer have knowledge that the marketer doesn't have. And so when you bring that to the table, you're going to be able to improve your SEO significantly. For example, because you sell roofs, you know what it's like to sit across the table from somebody. You know what the customer's going to ask. You know what the customer asks on the phone when they first find a leak. And you know what they're asking right before they sign when they're considering you versus another company. All of that information helps you in knowing what to put on your website for the benefit of SEO. So a marketing company gathers their information based off of what they see other roofing companies do. They might run other websites through softwares and learn what people are searching on Google and so on, which is all great. It's very important. But they don't always know what it's like to be the salesperson at the conversation with the roofer or with the homeowner. And so you want to remember that as the roofer, you bring special knowledge that's going to help your SEO. For example, you know that a customer early on is going to ask questions like, why is my roof leaking? Is it my pipe? Why are the pipes on my roof leaking? You know what I mean? Like, they go into like random details like that, that a marketing agency might not be fully aware of, and then the next step further on in the sales process is your customer might be asking, what's the nailing strip for? Like, how does that any better than this brand, or this brand versus that brand? What's underlayment? What's peel and stick? These terms that people throw out in their contracts. When your competitor gives you a contract, when you give your customer a contract, they're going to look at those terms and they're probably going to go Google it and figure out what this information is. And they're going to get a little bit of an education on this pipe collar versus that pipe collar. So when you understand as a roofer what your customers are going to be asking for, that gives you the ability to write content for those specific questions. And then that will build out your SEO profile in a sense. It will help you build out more content on your website to actually address the needs of your customers. So that's the advantage. So when you think of roofer SEO, you've got the tactics, and then you also have your industry knowledge. And when you blend the two, you become a powerful force on Google. If that helps, please leave a comment or ask any questions on this platform. I'd love to hear from you.